day, everyone. Welcome to another solution walkthrough on Leetcode Simplified. I'm Alan, and in today's session, we'll be exploring three solutions to Leetcode 342, power of 4. Given an integer n, return true if it is a power of 4, such as 1, 4, 16, 64, and so forth. Except for 1. Powers of 4 are positive numbers obtained by multiplying 4 multiple times. Take 4 as an example. It's 4 multiplied once. So by reverse engineering, dividing 4 by 4 one time gives 1. 16 is 4 multiplied twice. So dividing 16 by 4 two times also equals 1. 64 is 4 multiplied 3 times, so dividing 64 by 4 3 times results in 1 as well. We are going to explore 3 different Python solutions: iterative, recursive, and a clever mathematical approach, beginning with the simplest and working up to the most optimal solution. Let's kick up with the iterative method to get a solution foundation. First, if n is negative or 0, it cannot be a power of 4. If n is 1, return true. 1 is a power of all integers. Otherwise, as long as n is divisible by 4, keep dividing it by 4. At the end, if n becomes 1, return true. N is a power of 4. Since we divide by 4 repeatedly, this algorithm runs in big O of log n time. The space complexity is constant big O of 1 as no extra storage is used. Let's go ahead and submit this version. And there it is. Boom! Accepted. Awesome. This version is straightforward, easy to understand, and directly follows the mathematical definition of powers of 4. Now, let's rewrite the same idea using recursion. First, we again check if n is negative or 0. If so, return false. As in recursion, always establish base cases to stop the function from calling itself endlessly. The first base case, if n equals 1, return true. The second base case, if n is not divisible by 4, meaning the remainder is 1, 2, or 3, return false. Otherwise, recursively call the function with n divided by 4 until we hit one of the two base cases. There it is, recursion in action, following the power of 4 definition to the letter. Submitting time. Boom! Accepted. Perfect. The time complexity is still big O of log n, same as the iterative version. The difference is recursion adds big O of log n space overhead for the function called stack. Still, thinking recursively is a great exercise for coding skills. Finally, we use a clever mathematical trick powered by bitwise operations. It's lightning fast and skip both loops and recursion. Before we dive into the code, there are 2 key deductions to keep in mind. First, all powers of 4 are also powers of 2. That's because 4 to the power of x equal 2 to the power of 2x. And 2 to the power of 2x is clearly a power of 2. So, how do we pick out powers of 4 from all the powers of 2? We need a second deduction. A power of 4 minus 1 is always divisible by 3 because 2 to the power of x minus 1 and 2 to the power of x plus 1 differ by 2, so one of them must be divisible by 3. Therefore, their product is divisible by 3 as well. For example, let's examine the power of 4, number 16. 16 minus 1 equals 3 times 5. 3 is divisible by 3, then 15 is also divisible by 3. How about 64? 64 minus 1 equals 63, or 7 times 9. 9 is divisible by 3, so is 63. What about this power of 4? 1048576. From our first deduction, it's also a power of 2, or equal 1024 squared. So after subtracting 1, Why is the result divisible by 3? Let's do some math here. 1023 and 1025 differs by 2. So either 1023 or 1025 must be divisible by 3. Then their product is also divisible by 3. Therefore, the power of 4, 1,048,576 subtract 1 is also divisible by 3. Combine these two deductions helps us further distinguish powers of 4 from the rest of powers of 2. If n is positive and if n is a power of 2, meaning n bitwise n minus 1 equals 0. And then second check if n minus 1 is divisible by 3. If so, then n is a power of 4. Done. All wrapped up. It's time to smash the submit button. Moment of truth. Boom. Accepted. Perfect. And just like that, no loops, no recursion, just smart bitwise logic in constant time and constant space. So there you have it. 3 ways to solve Leetcode 342, power of 4. Enjoy this video. If this walkthrough got your gears turning, keep the engine running. Click over to my other videos and we keep smashing coding challenge together while sharpening our problem solving skill. Thanks for joining me and I'll see you in the next one.